Hello, Robotics Notes fans. Happy July 11th. It is 2:12 in the morning, the first day of Phase 3. I do not have internet. The Switch says I am connected to the internet there. That's a lie. I am, well, it's not a lie. I have internet. Let's take a look at the internet, everybody. Let's look at my account. Blah-la-lum, 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 blah-la-lum. Blah-la-lum, 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 blah-la-lum. Blah-la-lum, 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 blah-la-lum. Blah-la-lum, 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 blah-la-lum. Blah-la-lum. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. Yep. Oh. Eh. Oh. Eh. Eh. Hey! Let's wait for the featured section to load. So yes, my internet is incredibly slow, and it's going to be this way for the next week. It's a little less than a week now. It's gonna be until Friday. Is it Sunday today, or is it? It's Robotics Notes like Animal Crossing is kind of cursed to me a little because I know the exact day it is, even though I start every episode, I check the date anyways to make sure I don't say it wrong like an idiot. I know what day it is every day because of Robotics Notes Elite like Animal Crossing, but I don't know the day of the week it is. So who knows what day of the week it could be. It's got to be either Sunday or Monday, right? Hang on. I'm clicking it's Monday. Awesome. So just a few more days, and it'll be all Goochums. It'll be all Gucci. But for now, I have to, you may have noticed on the Twitter, I mentioned this, the Honorary Press Twitter. For the next little bit, I'm going to be recording the episodes, editing them, copying them to my cell phone, uploading them from my cell phone, which the YouTube app on cell phones doesn't support thumbnails, so then I had to download YouTube Studio so I could give it the correct thumbnail. It also doesn't let you adjust the premieres, because I've been using the 1-minute sci-fi countdown for all the premieres up to this point, but it won't let me do that on phones. So we're going to have normal premieres. We're going to have normal premieres. We're going to have freaking no thumbnails at first because I have to upload it with the normal YouTube app. Then after it's finished uploading, that's when I can go into the other YouTube app and give it the thumbnail. So the first time you see it, it may not have its thumbnail, and the premieres are going to be the thing, and I can't schedule tweets about it. Because I can boot up Twitter and I can use Twitter on my computer, but I can't get the YouTube video manager to open on this internet, so I can't, I guess I could, do some shenanigans to tweet about it. I'll just post tweets about it. It'll be fine. They just won't be like the fancy scheduled ones you usually get. So sorry about that. And they won't have any pictures. That being said, it's July 11th. Let's load the save data. Phase 3. Troposphere Regulator. Old Tanegashima Airport. We're Aki-chan. Dun 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 dun. Whew, done. my monthly custom oiling of Gun Build 1. Once I started... Oh, that's another thing. I'm recording this episode with my fan on, but at the lowest setting. I'm going to see how the audio on that is. Because recording this with my fan off has just been the worst. It's just been so bad. It's been so bad, and I never want to do it again. So, I'm going to try and record it with my fan at the lowest setting and hope the audio doesn't sound too bad. If it does sound too bad, we won't do it again next episode, but I'm going to try. Once I start, it takes about an hour of solid work. Maybe it's because it's hotter than last month, but I notice I'm soaked in sweat. It's the right call to change clothes. Actually, I did maintenance in my school uniform last month. Kai almost saw my undies. But today I'm in my work clothes, so I've got nothing to worry about. Plus, it doesn't matter how much I sweat. My big sweaty body. I put the oiler back on the shelf. I pop open a lukewarm Skull that's been sitting around for a few hours. The wind is pretty strong today. My sweat actually cools me down, making me feel a little chilly. I lean up against the hangar wall and take a look at the incomplete Gun Build 1. A lot has changed in a month. I went to Tokyo, did well at Robo 1, and the club has a new member. Yet you haven't changed at all. Still stored with its upper body and lower body in separate. Gun Build 1 obviously doesn't reply. I picked up the notebook sitting on the shelf and flipped through the pages. This is the production notebook for Gun Build 1. Basically has the last 9 years of Robot Club history. Completion of Gun Build 1 is, as of 2019, stuck at around 70%. No new sections have been added after I became the president. The upper body section stands upright, but it doesn't have arms or a head. It's basically just a big block. The design of the chest kind of looks like a pair of eyes, so the whole torso resembles a face. The armor is pretty much complete. Most of the upper body is occupied by the cockpit, though I guess it'd be more accurate to say that column-shaped cockpit is covered and hidden by the armor. Cockpit hasn't been wired up yet, so all it has is a seat with a backrest. The arms and head haven't been added yet since they're not important. They're just decorative, they don't move. For the record, both the arms are already complete. They've just been sitting in the corner of the hangar for years. As a personal aside, we definitely have to reproduce Veryl's trademark scarf. Trademark scarf? That's a good tongue twister. But by my calculations, I'll need a long cloth around 7 or 8 meters in length, so it'll be hard to budget. The lower body is lying down on the floor. The main section of Gun Build 1 isn't the upper body, it's this one. The greatest and sole function of Gun Build 1 is to walk, after all. The legs are extremely important. Although, only the right one is complete. It's supposed to have 6 servo motors, but I still only have 3. That's why I can't build the left leg. Out of everything on Gun Build 1, those cost the most. The servo motors are too big, so they have to be custom made. By the way, the one making them for us is none other than the doc at the robot clinic. That oldie but goodie is real skilled when it comes to these things. But I can't pay him back, which means I still can't go over there yet. If I showed up at the robot clinic without his money, he'd ice me in a heartbeat. Anyway, that's why progress on Gun Build 1 has been less than satisfactory. It's frustrating that I barely had anything to add to the production notebook. I sigh, then look outside. The boys, Kai and Subaru, are playing with their hobby robot. They both have serious expressions on their faces. They have zero intention of helping me with maintenance. But in some ways, it's kind of refreshing. At the end of the day, this is how it is. It was this past spring when the Robot Club dropped down to 2 members. I'd be out of breath in the hangar, covered in sweat and oil, while Kai sat around, happily playing games. Even though Subaru joined the crew, nothing has changed. That's right, nothing has changed. Despite the last month being so eventful, nothing's changed at all. Isn't that the fucking story of Robotics notes? Are we really going to be able to complete Gun Build 1 before the expo? Strong wind blows across the old airport apron. Ooh, Neoman outside my window at this time of the freaking day. Strong wind blows across the old airport apron. It's way too strong, causing M45 at my feet to shake and lean to the side. Subaru manages to support it with his hands before it topples over. Stretch out while still holding my phone droid, vacantly gazing out at the runway. The sky to the west is dyed light orange. Hey, Subaru-kun. What is it? You won Robo 1 3 times, right? How much prize money did you get? 5 million yen each time. Bangin'. What did you do with all that money? Do your parents have it or something? Hang on. I wanna... How much money is 15 million yen? What? I turned my phone off, so I gotta use my computer's calculator. Windows 10 calculator. Let's play. Let's go, everybody. It's time. Welcome to my... You know what? Fuck it. Here we go. Let's see. Window capture. Okay. Yes. Yes. This is content. This is what you came for. Oh, gee. Oh, that's interesting because the thing has the blurry background of whatever you put it on, and it's above the OBS capture. You can see like the dialogue box that I'm... Hang on, can I line that up perfectly? So the white line is like down there. There we go. Good stuff. Okay, so 100 yen is like fucking 80 cents, I think. Like, it's like 80%. So, like, I think it's around 80%. I might be wrong. It might be like, I don't know. Let's just get the thing. So, 5 million times 3. That's 15 million, but I'm gonna do the math anyways. 5 million times 3. 15 million divided by... Let's just do 110. That is $136,000. And all this stuff, too. Fascinating. Aren't you glad I stopped the episode for that? That's a whole lot of money, though. I keep the bare minimum I required and donated the rest. Wait, seriously? What a waste. Why'd you do that? I'm still just a student. I've also left the remaining amount in the care of Robo 1 Executive Office. When I need money for M45 parts or travel expense, I contact them to withdraw it. How stoic. A true artisan, really. You know, you seem pretty buddy-buddy with the executive office. They must rig all kinds of things for you, don't they? If that's what you wish to believe, then go ahead. I'm joking. It's a joke. I, of all people, know how skilled he is after our match. But I sure am thirsty. Subaru-kun, could you do me a solid and run to the convenience store and grab me some juice real quick? I have a fruit sour melon, and pick up a skull for Aki-chan. I refuse. Is that any way to talk to your upperclassmen? Don't act like my superior. Such antiquated hierarchical relations make me sick. And I never wanted to join the robot club in the first place. Come on, buddy. Aren't you hot? Don't you guys want a nice, cold, refreshing juice? If only there was a vending machine nearby. Could this place be any more inconvenient? It's the ideal environment for me. For real? Yes, I'm a lizard. Being a masked man sure seems like a pain. Being a lizard sure seems like a pain. You might have reasons beyond that. By the way, this thing isn't moving at all. For the last while now, no matter how much I tinker with my phone droid, M45 doesn't budge. Subaru apparently spent the last few days implementing the KB control scheme into M45. Must have made a programming mistake somewhere. Typical Subaru, talking a lot of shit. But the only shit I see is his code. Trying to do this in one day is aiming too high. Bring it up. Bring it after you've polished it up. Then I'll test play it. Thought I managed to create something mimicking Tanagashi Machine 3's program yesterday. But I'm starting to think this is too much for my incomplete programming knowledge. Can't believe the great Pleiades-kun is acting like such a ninny. I'm no software developer, my specialty is hardware. Excuses. But if you can't reproduce the KB control scheme, I'm out. I make my intent clear and Subaru bites his lip, frustrated. I'm gonna have to work something out with Furugori. Yashio-kun? Oh, frick! I hear a voice that I wasn't expecting. Turn around to find a tiny girl standing before me. When our eyes meet, she bows slightly. Hello? Wow, you really are tiny. Huh. Oh, nothing. Never mind. Nothing. It's nothing. Anyways, what brings you here, Daituku-san? You called hurt. Didn't you tell me to come by here at least once? Are you joining the robot club? Well, it's just, studying for entrance exams kind of a bummer. Daituku-san has a bashful expression on her face. I 100% agree with that. Man, I didn't think she'd actually show up. She must really have a lot of free time now that she's retired from the karate club. This is my chance. When I forced Subaru into the club, I figured he'd have to follow Akiho's orders. I'd be free as a bird to game. Yet somehow, I ended up playing hobby robot with him. Hell, I can't even monitor Akiho all that much now. That was all one sentence, not two. Everything blew up in my face. But if I have this stray little lamb... Hang on, I've been trying to write down all the times Kaito calls Juna some kind of woodland creature. So I gotta write this one down. Alright, we're back. Though she seems a wee bit unreliable. But hey, since she did karate, she should have solid reflexes. She doesn't have one, she has many. She might even be able to take my place as Gunbuild 1's pilot. Alright, Daituku-san, feel free to watch the Robot Club do its thing as much as you like. Okay. I made it sound all grand and stuff, but we're actually not doing much as a club. Subaru shows less than zero interest in Daituku-san as he packs M45 away. Subaru-kun, you could at least greet Daituku-san. She's an upperclassman. Hey. Subaru briefly glances at Daituku-san, then bows his head slightly. Let me introduce you to Subaru Hidaka-kun, second year at our club's Beacon of Hope. He joined last week. Oh, I'm Daituku. Well, this is awkward. He has zero social skills. At least Akiho knows Daituku-san. I'll just have to leave things to her. I'm about to call into the hangar when a strong gust of wind blows by. Despite doing karate, the wind causes Daituku-san to lose her balance. There's no cover around here, so the wind is pretty strong. Oh, I'm okay. But it sure is spacious. I haven't been to this airport in a while. Normal people don't really tend to visit closed airports. I suggest napping on the runway, though if you sleep there during the day around this time of year, you'll die. Be careful. Hee-ho-ha. That sounds like it would feel nice. Like dying? Ah! As soon as I think I hear a shout, Akiho comes dashing out of the hangar. She looks back and forth at me and Daichi-san's faces like she's panicking. Did one of you finally confess to the other? Huh? Aki-chan, what ridiculous are you on about now? I only love gaming. Then why is she here? Daichi-san curls up, but I urge her forward. I came to take a look at the robot club. Ooh, I see. So that's what's going on. Akiho's smile covers what seems like her entire face as she grabs both of Daichi-san's hands firmly. Welcome. You're very welcome here. Come, take a look inside the hangar. You'll be shocked when you see Gunbuild 1. Okay, as long as I'm not in the way. Never, come on. And I'd be super duper happy if you decided to join us. Lately, all these boys do is play with their hobby robot. They're totally ignoring me. Oh, by hobby robot, I mean the little guy that Subaru is putting away right now. Anyway, since the boys are doing their own thing, if you join, we can have our own girls' alliance. An alliance. And who is it you're allying against? The boys. Absurd. Subaru coldly spits out his words, then starts messing with the program source code on his phone droid attached to M45. And there he goes, off in his own little world. Dude just follows his own path. Couldn't relate. Did I make him mad? He's always like that. No worries. Indeed. Pay me no mind. Hey, more importantly, Daichi-san, after this, do you want to come with me to the robot clinic? I have to use the equipment there to process some parts. But I currently have a bill that I can't pay over there. The doc could wring my neck if he saw me. Oh my gosh. So I figured I could use his granddaughter as a shield. I might be safe. Heh. Didn't you try this exact same strat before Robo 1 and fall on your face? Aki-chan has earned the title of coward. I can't go. Daichi-san enters full rejection mode. Her eyes are filled with tears and she desperately shakes her head from side to side. I'm sorry for intruding. I'm going home now. But I was kidding. Never mind. Never mind. Please don't go. Take a look at the club. Good grief. Could Akiho be any worse at trying to solicit people? Akiho ends club before sunset and then decides to go hold a welcome party at the Irei General Store. That's a CG, baby. Alright. In honor of our new members, Subaru and Jun. Cheers! Cheers. Cheers. I'm actually impressed by how uncoordinated that was. Subaru, this is for you too. At least try to act a little more grateful. I never asked for this. However, I'm grateful that you're paying. I'll go home as soon as I finished with my drink. He then put some distance between himself and us, drinking his bottle of barley tea. Why does he always have to be so unfriendly? Oh my gosh. Is that a Dr. Pepper? Is that just the Dr. Pepper? Hang on. What the? Is that just the Dr. Pepper logo? Can I not? Oh, that's the window capture. I'm stupid. Hold on. We need to do a little science here. Bloop. 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 This is the messiest episode of this show that has ever been produced. Whoop. Ah! Don't mind that. I think that's just, like, Dr. Pepper. Like, that just is the... Hang on. We can get bigger. Bigger. Nyong. Why is there a little... Oh, duh. I realize now. Nyong. 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 Alright. Here we go. That's just Dr. Pepper. Huh. Sick. Anyways, that was a big waste of time. Fit to screen. Lock that up again. Sick. And gaming. Starting to sound like a creepy old man. And when exactly did she start referring to Daitaku-san as Jun? The long and short of it is that Daitaku-san joined the Robot Club today after visiting. As I expected, Daitaku-san is helplessly weak when it comes to being pressured. So Daitaku-san, what do you think? Huh? It was fun. But I didn't think I was gonna join so soon. I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised. That's what happens when Aki-chan begs and begs and begs. Hehe. Look at her teeth. Look at her little teeth. Aki's so happy. Satisfied with herself, the president sips her skull. You said you couldn't do robots, so was the big one okay? Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Though it might just be because it's not finished yet. Oh, but the little one was cute, so that was cool. So I've been thinking... Maybe it's not that you can't handle robots, but you can't handle specific design of life-size robot. Or to be more precise, the robots at Doc's place. You've seen them? Akio shakes her head. I've always been curious about that one locked door at the clinic. I bet they're in there. If it doesn't open, I think it's best to leave it as is. But I'm so curious. It's even named the robot clinic. Maybe he's making human bodies into robots. Maybe all the robots are stored in there, have human brains transplanted in them, and they groan in agony every night. Stop it! Aw, you made her cry. It was a joke. Doc's a good guy. Please don't leave the robot club. Even if he is a cheapskate. You're one to talk considering you haven't even paid him back for the parts. Hey Daitaku-san, I'm gonna start calling you Jin-chan from now on, too. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Have you gone and searched for those reports since the other day at Uchigaoka Park? No. I'm kind of scared too. Eh? What are you guys talking about? The identity of a ghost. There's a ghost? There's a rumor that a ghost appears at Uchigaoka Park. But Jin-chan and I have already cracked that case. Huh? News to me. Her information gathering antenna must be weak. But I can already guess the punchline. Kai was the ghost, right? He always goes to that park after sunset to play video games on his cell phone. Sure, whatever makes you happy. If you ever want to hear the real deeds, ask Jin-chan sometime. Too much of a pain in the ass to explain. Anyways, Jin-chan, make any progress on figuring out the origin of the buzzing? Daitaku, or Jinna, slumps her shoulders. No, nothing really. It's gotta have something to do with Irie. It was way too dark to venture into, but I bet there's something on the first floor. There has to be. I feel like there's no mistaking it. But I really don't need more trouble. Which is why I don't intend on investigating myself. But, Yashio-kun, shouldn't there have been a comma there? Is this a typo? Shouldn't there be a comma after investigating? Because he's not investigating himself. He's not talking about, like, looking into Kaito Yashio. He's investigating, comma, myself. Well, guys, I guess this game sucks. I guess this is the worst game I've ever played. This is the worst video game of all time, and I'm gonna go pee my pants right now. And we're gonna, instead, the rest of this show is gonna be Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega Mix like Animal Crossing. I'm kidding, of course. This episode, I don't give a shit. I don't know what's happening this episode. But, Yashio-kun, remember what I said before the 46-second freeze? Ah, I saw that on the news. My phone droid froze up at the same time, too. Yep, it was like a bugged occurred. It was a bug-like phenomenon. Okay, fucking idiot. That occurred all throughout Japan. The cause was supposedly under investigation, but there's been no follow-up. Checked to see if any similar events had happened. Found quite a lot in the past. For example, this one was limited to Tokyo, but millions of people's phone droids got the exact same message at the exact same time. Exactly the same, eh? Maybe it was all sent by one person. Nope, it wasn't from someone acting solo. You know the Earth cake? Earth cake? Earth cake. Earth is cake. But that's just a theory. You know the earthquake warning system? I do. It's the thing that rings just before an earthquake, right? It was the same kind of idea. Care companies have the same info and everyone in a specific area. Then it was the earthquake early. Dropped my controller into the garbage can. Because I was trying to reach for something on my desk. I was reaching for my mouse to move something. Dropped my controller into the garbage can that is next to my desk. So, this is a good episode. This one's good. This one's a good episode. There was the earthquake early warning system. No, the carriers didn't send it, even though it should only be physically possible for them. That's why it's still shrouded in mystery as to who the culprit is. Though apparently the alert sound was the same as the one they used for earthquakes. The contents of the message were kind of spooky. They were the lyrics to Kagame Kagame. You mean the nursery rhyme? Jinna lightly nods. It was sent. I hope you all got that sentence. When did this happen? Juna gulps as if she's hesitant to answer, then turns her gaze to me. What is it? September 2012 and March 2015. No, I've seen those dates recently. But where? Ah. The Kamijima report. No, there's no goddamn way. It'd be ridiculous to force that connection. It's just a coincidence. It's no big deal for this matchup. Now, if it was like 10 or 20 things, sure. There's no way this dead guy's delusion-filled testament is the real deal. Ugh. Silence. The road in front of my eyes, the only national highway on the island, should have more cars driving by at this hour. But there are none. Silence surrounding us is deeply discomforting. About that 46-second freeze you mentioned. Oddly enough, the one to break the silence is Subaru, who up until now added nothing to the conversation. Didn't he mention going home? He's clearly still hanging around. There's an argument that it wasn't due to signal interference, but rather a bug in Iruo itself. Ah, that's right. Seems there are scientists and specialists doing an independent study into the matter on Twipo. The Iruo app comes pre-installed on every tablet, so if that malfunctioned, naturally it'd affect all of Japan. Then does that mean the problem would go away if you just uninstalled Iruo? I don't know. Cause still hasn't been confirmed, so... Anyways, I'm going home. Thank you for the drink. Subaru says without making eye contact with any of us. Then gets on his scooter and zooms off. Happens so fast that we don't have time to react. Kai. It's then that Mizuka-san pokes her head out from the store and beckons me over. Get over here, you twerp. You freaking nasty. There are no customers inside the store. What kind of anime did you watch as a kid, Jin? Shows like Sazawa-san and Kid Ritsu's book. Whoa, totes mainstream. I can hear Akiho and Jin talking outside through the window behind the register. Mizuka-san quietly closes the window. Is your hug alright, Mizuka-san? Oh, the whole rampage incident. How'd you know about that? The rumors all over the net. No, sorry, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Folks from EXK said it should be fine. Mizuka-san shrugs her shoulders a little. She doesn't seem concerned. Swung by Uchigaoka Park yesterday. Oh. I instantly know what she's implying. This is about Kokamijima and Irie. Where did you hear that name? Why are you saying that name? The day before yesterday, when I casually mentioned Kokamijima, Mizuka-san was very clearly shaken up with a sh, not shaken. So, did you see her? Yeah. Nope. Mizuka-san then shoots a sharp glare at me. You aren't taking me for a ride, are you? I'm gonna move in my chair, my squeaky freaking chair. So squeaks. Of course not. Why is she so skeptical? I know plenty well how scary you'd be later if I tricked you. Before you go pointing the finger, do you even bring a phone droid? You can't see Irie-chan without one. I did. You bought one. That's unexpected. Mizuka-san has constantly proclaimed that she was an analog girl despite the phone droid's 90% adoption rate here. I borrowed it from Michi. Oh. Huh. I searched the park high and low for 3 hours but didn't find her. Kokamijima. And the reason that just mentioning his name was enough to shake Mizuka-san. I heard all about it the day before yesterday. Where? Huh? Where'd you learn that name? So you know of him? Answer me, where did you learn the name Kokamijima? Uchigaoka Park, inside the old town hall, I found a text file apparently written by a guy named Kokamijima. A text file? What's that? Alfred, what's a text file? Well, Bruce, how do you seriously don't know what a text file is? How analog are you? Kai, Alfred, it's starting to sound like you want a snack on two old passion fruit buns. Cut me some slack, Bruce. It's basically like a letter. I hurriedly bring up the Kamijima report on my phone droid. Mizuka-san snatches it away from me and reads through the report. Her expression is deadly serious. Have you seen a girl named Irie? Yes, I have, Master Bruce. You know something, don't you? I do. Although what I know has nothing to do with the complex stuff in that report. I met Irie about 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Mr. Bruce's eyes look distant, as if he's remembering something in the past. But there's no smile on his face, no sense of nostalgia. If anything, he looks kind of sad. It was back when I was still in high school. Irie was Misa's friend, along with Kokamijima. Huh. I was shocked when I heard all this the day before yesterday. The last thing I expected was for Irie and Kokamijima to be friends of Bruce Wayne. But at the same time, it wasn't all that surprising. Uchigaoka Park is close to both my home and the Sonomiya's home, after all. The three of us would often play at the park when we were kids. Tell me again. What do I have to do to see Irie? I know I said Uchigaoka Park, but it's pretty big. Just going there doesn't mean you'll meet her. Sounds like she just kind of wanders around on her own. But if you happen to get lucky and be near her... I boot up Itaro on my phone droid to make things a bit easier to explain. You'll see her show up on this app called Itaro. Ah! For a second, I felt like my heart stopped beating. Just now, she... What's up? Why? Why is she here? I look around the store through my phone droid. But I don't see her anywhere. Wait, was I just seeing things? Or perhaps Irie's been following me around. Maybe there was another Irie here at the general store from the get-go. Either way, the fact that I only saw her for a split second makes her feel like a real ghost. Come on, give me a break. This is a long frickin' day. Hey, I know you're here. Will you come out for a second? Once you're made aware of her existence, there's no putting her back in the box. That's why it pisses me off so much. It's too late to just wish I'd never noticed her. No matter how much we try to stay out of each other's way, ultimately, she's still there. No pretending changes that. Are you talking to me? I hear her voice. As long as my phone droid isn't in sleep mode, I can hear Irie's voice even if I can't see her. It actually gives me chills. As far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't be surprised if something like this got treated as a virus and erased. Hey Irie-chan, I have a quetchy for you. Am I allowed to call you Big Brother again? Whatever. Okay, Big Brother. Her joyful tone kinda irks me. I'm real happy that you're talking to me again, Big Brother. So what do you want to talk about? The weather? Tomorrow's weather, July 12th, for the the Yakushima region of Kagoshima It's gonna be hot, probably. I don't care about the weather. Oh, okay. Okay. Were you at the Itaro General Store earlier? Yep. She admitted to it? I've been following you all over the place lately. I've gotten to visit so many different places. The school, the old airport, the Itaro General Store, and even your house. I watch when you're jerking off, Kai. Kai, I watch it. Kai, I see it. Kai. Kai, I've been looking. I've been looking while you... Kai, hey. Hey, Kai. Kai, I've been looking. You're not gonna believe this. Kai, you're not gonna believe this. I've seen your cock. Nice cock. Her facial expression is like she's waiting for me to finish this bit. She's like looking directly into me, Kai be the cat, and she's like, she's so patient. It's been super fun, like a field trip. Her words are so innocent that they sound like they're from a grade schooler's summer vacation diary. In other words, you've been following me around. It's not that I was following you, I'm attached to it. To what? The report file. Ugh. She's attached to the report file? What's that supposed to mean? She's gotta be talking about the Kamijima report from the other day. Wait, where did that power mark disappear to? I don't see it through Itaro. Hold on, did the report transfer wholesale to my phone droid? Yep, that seems to be the case. Seriously? The original data? It transferred just by clicking it? Huh? She looks lost. I guess she doesn't understand. Time to call out Gejime. I tap the Irie displayed on my phone droid for a few seconds. Owie. Access confirmed. Switching to Gejine mode. Have you been listening so far? I am up to speed. So, is it true that the file was transferred, got copied? Yes, it was a cut and paste operation. What's the deal with Airi-chan being linked to the report? She's been transferred to your phone droid, Yashio-san. Give me a damn break. Nobody said anything about this. Feels like one big trap. Really should have just walked out. Really should have just walked away after Gejine told me the password. Airi is attached to all the Kimijima reports and is therefore limited in movement. Airi can move freely within a 109.3 meter radius of the corresponding file installation point. And if I move around while holding said file, the location of the file is tracked via GPS. If the file moves, Airi will move accordingly. So basically, Airi is being dragged along by the file in my possession, meaning she's stuck with me. In that case, I gotta remove this girl or app from my phone droid ASAP. Otherwise, Airi will be visible on my phone droid 24/7. Plus, I don't think I can handle hearing her voice at all times in the class, when I'm asleep, in the bathroom. Tell me how to remove the report file. You can remove it like any other app. Sorry about that, everybody. I am a fraud of a YouTuber. I hit my microphone. I will be retiring this instant. Goodbye. Forever. And from this second onwards, this video series will be hosted by The Weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, The Weekend. Oh, sorry. Hang on. The Weekend is in Canada right now, and so that means his internet is out. He can't call in right now. So I guess I'll just keep posting it. You can remove it like any other app. Please click on the report file number 1 icon displayed on your home screen. From there, you can copy, cut, paste, or delete it. Isn't it kind of bad that the original data can just be deleted so easily? Who knows who could have got their hands on it? It was protected by the password. Guests cannot delete it. Oh, that's right. I was only able to access it because for some reason Airi gave me the password. Feels real like a setup. What'll happen if I accidentally delete it? Both Airi and Gejine would also be deleted. Go figure. Apparently there are other Airis, so I don't really mind deleting her, but I hesitate since it's the original data. I mean, this thing is like Kamijima's last will and testament. It'll leave a bad taste in my mouth if I just got rid of it. Which means I should just return it to its original location instead. How do I paste it? While Iruo is active, you can drag it to a preferred location and paste it. If I copy it, will there be 2 Airi-chans? No, Airi will only follow the original report file. She will not follow a copy. And perfect, it's settled. I search for the file on my phone droid, simultaneously launch Eero, and drag the file out. That was incredibly well timed on my part. Report file number 1 has been dragged to the specific location. Location information. Who gives a crap? That's a wrap. Now I don't have to drag an AR girl around me wherever I go. I feel like I've been exorcised of an evil spirit or something. By the way, Airi-chan, you don't have any weird viruses or anything, right? Don't tell me you're infecting anyone who accesses the file or something like that. That'd seriously suck. No such viruses have been detected by the self-diagnosis in Airi or Gejine. That's a relief. Assuming Gejine isn't lying. Do AIs even lie? Nah. What a stupid question. Maybe I'm unconsciously treating Irie like a human being since she can talk like a human. There are all sorts of apps just like this. They're pretty popular even. Bought a few in the past, but I always get tired of them after like a week. Anyhow, I hold my finger down on Irie's face. Ugh. Closing Gejine. Big brother, would you like to hear the weather, or is this goodbye? Like an on-off switch, she's back to normal. Her tone and expression are kind of sad and lonely. She certainly knows how to pander, but I won't be fooled. Plenty other apps do this too. Plus, I have more important business. I asked her about the one thing I wanted to confirm. Hey Irie-chan, do you know who Misane is? Misane? What's that? The name of a person, Misaki Sonomiya. Oh, I know Misaki. She's my friend. Well then. Izuka-san was telling the truth. Have you seen her recently? No, Misaki left me, just like you're going to now. Is that sarcasm I'm sensing? If it is, you must be a pretty advanced little AI. I'm pretty smart. For reasons beyond me, she looks happy. It's these oddly human bits of her that make me mad. Did you play with Misane and stuff? She talked to me. Mostly about things that happened in school, or about her friends, Mizuki, Kaiko, Mitsuhiko, Yuichi, Mei, Takami. I hear about Akiho and Kai, too. She talked about playing games with you. She mentioned me. Mizaki would always tell me how she bodied you in games. Is that correct? Yeah, that's right. Why'd you have to bring up childhood trauma? Yeah, it's true that Misane used to body me at games when I was a kid. But you know, I'd get so happy when I did win that I'd jump all over the place. Now's not the time to go on a trip down memory lane. What else do you do with Misane? Just talk. We never went anywhere together. What kind of conversations did you have? I already told you things that happened in school that day, her friends, you. Sounds too ordinary. Isn't that what friends are? Or, well, you know. I just feel like the fact that Irie is such a unique existence itself is not ordinary. But as far as she's told me, they only chatted like friends would. Misane really treat this AI app like an actual friend? Didn't Mizuka-san say something along those lines? Irie was friends with Misa. When I mentioned Kokomijima's name, Mizuka-san looked deeply worried. Thought maybe something had happened. So what's the deal with Kokomijima? Who's he? Gejine already explained it to you the other day. What kind of person was he to you, Irie-chan? Master's master, and I'm his creation. Master, huh? So he's sorta like your dad? Wonder what it must feel like to be changed to your father's will for 10 years. Ah, crap, not again. I'm letting her human-like appearance drive my thoughts. She's just an AI. Thinking about it is pointless. AIs don't have feelings. They're just digital beings. Why did Kokomijima leave his report here? Even 10 years ago, this place was already an abandoned mess. There's no way he's expecting anyone to come here. So maybe he didn't want the file to be very visible? But even then, this is a pretty lackluster hiding spot. Since it's abandoned, there's pretty much no security. A sound. I can hear that fax-like sound again. It's extremely faint. Thanks to the quietness of the nighttime park, as long as I keep my breathing at a minimum, I can hear it. What the hell is it? This whole building's full of mysteries. If I don't get to the bottom of this, I'll never be able to game here in peace. Especially when it comes to what's at the bottom of those stairs. What could it be? I really don't think it's a good idea to go any further. Staircase leads down to the first floor of the building. Stand in front of it, but I can't help but groan. It's impossible to see down there. There are plenty of pitch black spots on the island, but this just feels different. Do you hate the dark, big bro? It's not just the dark, okay? It's creepy. I understand. You don't hate the dark. You're scared of it. Ugh. I mean, I guess she's right, but still. What's down there? Something weird. Huh? It's making sounds. Like, pee pee, boo. The dial tone. So that's the cause of the sound. The cause of that sound is down here. Is someone in there? I don't think so. You don't know for sure? Does that mean someone's been by before? I don't know. What's with the endlessly vague answers? What about right now? Is there anyone there? I don't think so. Ugh, whatever. Take a deep breath, steel my resolve, and step toward the darkness. Once I reach the bottom of the stairs, I can hear a low-frequency machine-like sound. It's a wee bit different from the dial-up tone. Do you like exploring places, big bro? My nose is feeling irritated, probably from all the dust. I'm gonna move my positioning again. This is another freaking hour-long episode. Hot dog. Not to mention there's a super strong stench. I really hope there aren't any dead rats or cats lying around. Whoa! I almost trip over some junk and fall on my face. Close call. Close? What's close? Trouble seeing in the dark? How very human of you. Can't see when I'm inside. What do you mean? My eyes use Itaro. As long as I'm in an area mapped by Itaro, I can see. But when I'm inside a building, I can't see anything. It's true that the virtual world viewer installed in Itaro doesn't map out the inside of buildings. That function utilized as her eyes, then it's no surprise that Irie becomes blind. Does that mean you can't see anything in here? Yep. Useless. I end up relying on my own vision and the weak light from the phone droid to proceed. Ouch. What's the matter? The dead end in the path literally smashed my face against a wall. I light up the area in front of me by rubbing my aching as I rub my aching nose. That's when I realize it's not a wall. It's a door. Wait, is it? Don't see any knobs on this metal object. It also looks way too out of place to be a wall in an abandoned building like this. This one spot looks brand new. Irie-chan, can we go in there? Where's here? Can't see what you're doing, big brother. Oh, that's right. Does that mean even Irie has never been inside here before? Well, either way, how am I gonna get in? There's nowhere to hold on to. Plus, I don't even know if I'm supposed to push, pull, or slide the thing. Try pushing it to start, but it doesn't budge. And I lightly strike it with my hand. Doesn't sound very thin. One of the windows on the first floor was sealed with a metal plate. Judging by the relative location, this might be that room. Given how tightly it was sealed up, getting in from the outside is no good, which means this has to be it. Maybe I should summon Gejine and ask her. Can I even find Irie in this darkness? Oh man. Password. Geotag in plain sight. If I put in the right password, the door will open. Sure seems like a familiar situation. Back then, Gejine gave me the password without having to ask for it. One that definitely wasn't supposed to leak. Part of me was hoping she'd do the same thing again, but she stays silent. You know what? I got nothing to lose. Let's try the password from the other day. I believe it was Hidden Hand. Enter. Whoa, the door opened. Something is off. It's just a random room in an abandoned building in the sticks. What is this? The window's sealed with a metal plate. The door itself is sealed with a digital lock. I almost forget where I am for a moment. It's like this place is connected to another world or something. The door opened via the hidden hand password, which means this place was built by the person who put the report file here. Ko Kamijima. He's undoubtedly involved with all of this. Despite the windows being closed in the middle of summer, the room is unnaturally cool. There's no ceiling lighting, but a red glow helps me get a feel for the room. I just stand at the entrance, breathing heavily. Feel like if I make the slightest of noises, it'll be caught by some unknown force. This room, I don't know why, but it makes me tremendously uncomfortable. It's obvious to me that this place is weird, but I can't put my finger on why it creeps me out so much. It's weird, sure, but beneath that weirdness is a further layer of something unsettling. A cold sweat drips down my back. Before I know it, my cheeks are soaked in sweat. First thing that catches my eye is a mysterious device in the center of the room. It's fairly large, taking up most of the space in the small room. The thing is almost as tall as the ceiling. It's got quite the presence. It's running to boot. It's running to boot, is what I meant to say. The low-frequency humming noise proves it. The LCD screen on it is lit, and there are blue LED lights lit up too. Looks like the giant copy machine, but the numbers and flags displayed on this screen are clearly out of place. I should stay away from that thing. My instincts are screaming at me. It's on a whole different level than Irie or even the Kamijima report I stumbled upon. Why, do you ask? Because who in the world is supplying electricity to the device located in the room of an abandoned building? This is actually genuinely absurd. Wasn't this place supposed to be abandoned? Why is there electricity? The Robot Club's hangar doesn't even have electricity. But that's because the hangar was abandoned, of course. It doesn't have a current. So either the electric company screwed up, or this place only looks abandoned and is being used for something else. What the hell is this place? Completely baffled, I look away from the machine. That's when I realize something. The reason I feel so uncomfortable. The digital lock, the strange machine, the running power, it's all weird and surreal. But that's not why. That's not why I feel uncomfortable in this room. In the corner of the room is an old wooden table with a foldable chair. And that's the cause. Sitting on the table is something terribly unusual. I initially thought it was an old PC or something, but its shape is too weird for that. It's about the same size as a toolbox we use at the club. On either side of its black foam or speakers, there are several buttons sitting at the top. Is it some kind of cassette player? An audio playback device that used cassette tapes, popular till the 90s. I think Dad's old one is still in storage. Boldly sitting in front of the cassette player is a mic stand. It makes sense to think that it was placed here to capture whatever audio came out of the cassette player. This is creeping me out. More than the generator-looking machine and more than the digitally locked door, the cassette player, mic, and folding chair all suggest one thing. Someone's been here. Someone placed this cassette player and mic there, then put down a chair to sit on. Who? Sure, both the door and machine are undoubtedly man-made, and put there by a real person. This mystery person's unsettling presence comes through stronger from the cassette player and mic. I feel like throwing up. I want to get out of here ASAP. If I get any more stressed out, I could risk getting an attack. But I also can't afford to leave without checking the player. Why? Because I realize there's a tape inside the deck. I've read online that people used to record things on cassette tapes and listen to them. Long before I was born, anyways. And as if I'd been pulled in by the unseen, I already pressed the play button. The cassette tape begins to turn. No sound. Why does it work? Well, I've confirmed there's a power cord coming from it, plugged into an outlet. There really is power here. Whoa! Then all of a sudden, the Kagome Kagome melody begins filling the air of the once quiet room. Something about it is off, distorted. I listen closely. Though apparently the alert sound was the same as the one used for earthquakes. The contents of the message were, kinda scary. They were the lyrics to Kagame Kagame. Think back to my conversation with Juna from a few hours ago. This has to be a coincidence, right? I doubt Juna knows anything about this room, and if I find it hard to believe that she led me here. But this is all too much to be a coincidence, or fucking whatever that word said. The more I think about it, the more unsettled I become. I think I could think about this for hours on end, and I doubt I'd reach an answer. Airi-chan, are you still there? Yep. I look over to the generator-like machine again. Now that I've seen it, I can't just ignore it. I want to curse my own stupidity. Why in the world did I come here? Ugh, this is all because I couldn't let sleeping dogs lie. The moment I ran into Airi, I was doomed to come here. That weird beeping noise you mentioned earlier, is it coming from this machine? I didn't call it a beeping noise. It's pee-pee boo. Could care less about the differences in nuance. Is it the machine or not? Which one? I can't see it. It's a big machine. If it looks weird, that's probably it. Looks weird? You gotta give me more than go on than that. It's way too vague. And I'll ask Gejine. Yes, please do. Airi's glancing around aimlessly. I guess she can't tell where I'm standing. Without warning, I tap her so as to avoid any pointless bantering. Access confirmed. Switching to Gejine mode. Found a sealed room on the first floor of the old Mitane-cho local hall. The password you gave me worked on it. What's with the machine here? That's the EGI system. Gejine once again reveals the truth to me without any hesitation. The EG what now? It is a device that sends a specific frequency sound to space from the radar. The dial-up tone. Anyone can hear it when it comes within a meter of the radar. Doesn't stand out very much though. Radar? Is she talking about the metal tower nearby? That radar belongs to JAXA, right? It's the same one used at Uchukuoka Observatory. Incorrect. What? Then who does it belong to? That information is currently unknown. Wait, how is that possible? The EGI system has been running for over 10 years without oversight. Ownership went up in smoke with Master's death. Master Kamijima, I'm assuming. So, then it's true that Kamijima built this thing. Yep. Isn't it odd that it's still running even after its creator died? What about the electricity bill? Electricity bill? Someone needs to keep paying for the electricity, otherwise it'll turn off. Yep. So, who's paying for it? Gejine does not know. Could it be the company behind Iruo? Happiness for you is not involved with the EGI system. Well then. So, Kamijima is its sole creator. Can you look into who's fronting the bill? Gejine is not a search engine, it is an information collection bot related to specific words. Feel free to search for yourself, Yashio-san. Fine, fine. Time to get out of here. If I stay any longer, I'm really gonna hurl. As soon as I get outside, I take a deep breath. My shirt is soaked in sweats. The evening breeze feels cold because of how moist I am. Sit in place and start talking to Gejine again. So what happens when you send the beep beep sound toward the sun? Airi recognizes it as pee pee boo, not beep beep. Whatever. Why does she have to be so particular about the details? Master studied the sun as something both beneficial and harmful to the world. While solar disturbances are said to cause disasters when active, the sun is a wonderful mountain of treasures. Starting to sound like a spokesperson. Irie unfortunately did not spend much time with Master, therefore she has a limited number of his words saved. Irie and Gejine use those words as guidance for our autonomous actions. So there's a program running to make them sound like they trust their father, autonomous, but there is an end goal. Is the end goal the Kamijima reports and his EGI system? What exactly is Kokamijima trying to do on this island? That is confidential. Why did Kokamijima die? Master was murdered. What? Her response is so straight to the point that I nearly miss it. He was murdered? She really just said that. By who? Corresponding data has been deleted. Deleted? You gotta be kidding me. Irie is part of Iruo, so the only one who can delete things are Irie's backup data is the company in charge, Happiness for You. Are they behind this? Is this some kind of internal strife like what you see on the news? No, that can't be all of it. It's getting crazy. Things written in the Kamijima report are starting to feel more and more real. The report that once looked like a conspiracy ravings of a con artist. If all of it is true, if Kokamijima was murdered because of that report, what in the world is going on in Tanegashima? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of what I think might be the longest episode of Robotics Notes Elite like Animal Crossing. Although, granted, a good chunk of it was just me fucking around. But nevertheless, it's the longest episode, I think. With that, I'll see you tomorrow. I won't have internet, but we will have friendship. And that's what matters. No Chio!